Alright, what is up guys, Andy4 here and welcome to yet another movie review, and today we're going to be talking about Disney's Jungle Cruise. We're going to be seeing if it's a good time, did it suck, was it underwhelming, did it exceed my expectations, did I enjoy it? We're going to be talking about it in this episode, and I do want to point out that me making two videos back to back with The Rock was not planned, okay? I didn't mean to do that, that was just some weird coincidence. But hey, it's The Rock, so I mean, hey, he's doing something right, obviously. So yeah, we're just going to be talking about Jungle Cruise and what I thought about it overall, and, yeah. So enough talk of the intro, man. Let's get straight into it. What were my thoughts on this movie? If I'm being honest, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It was a good time, it was fun. If you're looking for a movie that has action, adventure, and comedy in it, then this is the movie for you, honestly. It's a Disney movie. It's bound to do well, honestly. It is the biggest movie in the box office right now, beating out movies like Old and The Green Knight and, Snake Eyes and stuff like that. So, I mean, the movie is doing pretty well for itself, actually. So, I mean, that's a plus side. And you got a lot of star power in this movie, in my opinion. You got The Rock, you got Emily Blunt here, as beautiful and as talented as ever. And The Rock is The Rock, okay? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he has a lot of range. I don't know. Like, in recent years, he just seems to, play the same, character, just like the really strong, buff guy, like, who can't be stopped. I don't know. But, it's The Rock, okay? What do you expect? But I will say this, I think it's a movie that you should see with, a person or with a group of people. I did see it with someone, and we both pretty much felt the same way about it. We laughed during it, we felt a little emotional during it, at times we're like, "Aw," like stuff like that, and we both pretty much had the final verdict, we both enjoyed the movie. It was a good time, it was fun, very wholesome, very lighthearted, family fun, stuff like that. So we both pretty much had the same exact, feelings towards the movie. I definitely think if you watch it by yourself, you probably won't enjoy it as much as you can. So I definitely say go watch it with people or one person, group of friends, family, anybody, honestly. But honestly, what did I take from this movie? I don't know if I really took anything away from it. Honestly, it's pretty much just an action adventure with a little bit of romance thrown in there. It was good. Got a good supporting cast for it as well. So I mean, honestly, I don't really have that many negatives to say about the movie. I mean, was it fun and action packed? Lots of adventure. Yeah, the CGI for all the animals and the jungle itself, pretty good, pretty consistent. I will say the only thing that's wrong with this movie isn't necessarily anything extremely bad, but I do think this movie is really predictable. I was pretty much able to just figure out what was going to happen, stuff like that. So very predictable movie, but honestly I think it's supposed to be. I don't know, it's not really supposed to take you by surprise. Well, okay, there was one scene that really took me by surprise. I was listening there, I was like, wait, what? I did not expect that to happen. But other than that, the rest of the movie was pretty predictable. The Rock and Emily Blunt, they got... Okay, let me stop calling him The Rock. Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, they have a pretty good chemistry in this movie. I think they worked really well together. They bounce off each other really well. I think they had a really good time together. And I'd love to see them work together again. I think they both, have really good charisma and stuff like that. I think they really did work well together. It was one of those little duos that I didn't know I needed, honestly. What's another one? Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, stuff like that. So, okay, well, those are cop movies, but you get what I'm saying. Unexpected people working together that make magic. Now, I will say one thing I was worried about for this movie was I was afraid that it would feel very similar to some of the old movies that The Rock did. Dwayne Johnson did. I'm gonna keep calling him The Rock and Dwayne. It doesn't really matter. You get who I'm talking about. But anyways, it felt like at least what I thought it was. I thought it was gonna feel like Jumanji. Like how he played the really tough, strong safari guy. And he did it a few years back. I believe it was 2012 with the Journey to the Center of the Earth or whatever. with Josh Hutcherson. So he pretty much always plays just the big, strong, bald, tough guy in the jungle. Like he's done it like 4 times now. So I was a little worried about it at first. I was like, oh, like we've seen this already. This is rinse and repeat. We've seen it within recent years. Like we don't need this again. But I'm proud to say that it didn't really give me that impression. Oh, okay, some scenes it did, but not as much as I was expecting. There's lots of jokes in here. Some hit for me, some didn't. I do think the good outweighs the bad. The Rock was pretty comedic in this one. You know, he ranged a bit in this movie. You know, from the tough guy to comedic to romantic to like his past and stuff like that. So I'll give him his credit. You know, even though it's pretty much Rock. You know, over and over again. You know, from like recent movies that I talked about. I enjoyed him in this one. Emily Blunt herself. Can never really go wrong with her, man. I'm a fan of hers, man. I'm really, really into her. I'm gonna be a little biased just because I think she's really attractive, but that's just me. Other than that, I do really enjoy her. I think she works really well with Dwayne, along in The Quiet Place Part 1 and 2, along with some of her other stuff. She's really good at it, and this movie is definitely an exception. So if you like her, then you will definitely like her in this movie. Yeah, I think these two definitely stole the show with every scene that they were in. They're pretty much in every scene together. So, you get, a lot of smiles, a lot of good moments in here. Whether it's action, whether it's comedic, whether it's a little bit romantic. So you have a bit to work with these two, man. And I'd definitely love to see them work together again if they decide to make a Jungle Cruise 2. I'd be down for it. I'll see it, This one, like I said, is performing really well in the box office. It's the #1 movie in the box office right now. It's beating everything else. It's been getting some mixed reviews. Some people really like it. Some people are just like, it's kind of, cliche, mediocre. But I enjoyed it, man. I think it's a good, fun time. Action, adventure, romance. I mean, I don't know what else you want. Like I said, The Rock and Emily Blunt, they were really good together. The supporting cast is really good. The bad guys for the movie were really good. I honestly don't have much bad to say about it. Honestly, I went into this, not expecting too much, man. But I went out, with a smile on my face. I smiled, and I was having a good time in the theater. So yeah, I really did enjoy this one, man. I won't say it blew my mind or anything. It wasn't like amazing, like nothing I'd be like, yo, I gotta see this again, or like anything like that. But I'd watch it again eventually. If they make a sequel, I'll watch it. Hopefully they can keep the same cast and everything. But final verdict: fun, friendly movie. I guess you can, go check it out. Like I said, go watch it with people. Don't watch it by yourself. You won't have that much fun if you're alone. But I guess I'll give this movie, I'm edging between 7 or 8. I feel like I always give these movies 7 or 8, man. But these are what they range for. I guess I'll give it, because you guys know I hate doing like 7.5 and stuff, so I'll give it an 8, okay? At least right now. Maybe it might change in the future, but who knows, man. But if you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like on it, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm in A4, and I am out. Peace.